Welcome! I'm going to be walking you through AttractWell and all the features and answering some common questions about it and giving you my honest comparison of AttractWell as a platform compared to other popular platforms such as Kajabi. And if you don't know who I am and you're new to my channel, I'm Pamela Zahn, and I am a website designer, and I am a Kajabi expert, and I do take clients in Kajabi all the time, and I also take clients in AttractWell all the time. And so I feel like I have a good inside scoop on these two platforms, how they work, how user-friendly they are, the pros and the cons. And so I'm just going to break it down for you so you can decide based on what you need. So I'm going to go over these things today, and I'll probably show AttractWell and just go into that as well. And if you have any questions, if there's anything I didn't cover in here, feel free to just post it in the comments. I'm happy to answer your questions for things that you specifically need to know for your business. So the best thing that I like about AttractWell is that you have so much access to support, and you can go to their live calls. It's free. You can attend their live weekly work sessions. You can attend small group live calls and get really direct help. You can go as often as you want. And you can also hire them. They have a concierge team that you can hire to just build things out for you. They have Success Academy built into the system, which is just a way to find training and support and resources based on topics. So if you really want to set up a funnel, or you want to set up a membership, or you're going to set up a website first, you can start with those things. So they've really tried to make it very accessible for you to get the help that you need. But the best thing is that you can email their support email, and you get real people. They answer really fast, and there's no robots and there's no automated chats or anything like that. So if you just need somebody to answer your question, you can just email in. They're extremely helpful and hands-on. Comparing that to Kajabi, my experience with Kajabi is they're an extremely large company, a large platform, and dealing with their help resources is a really negative experience for me every single time. If I can get a quick answer through a YouTube video or one of their videos in their help desk, that's great. But if I actually have to talk to somebody, it's so hard to get past the chat bot and actually talk to a human being. And then the human beings I get, it's hit and miss if they're actually helpful or know what I'm talking about. And I find that they just keep emailing me asking if I got my question answered. And it's like, yes, for the 50th time, I got my question answered. Stop emailing me. And so I find that very frustrating in that respect. But so by comparison between the two platforms, I would definitely say AttractWell is more supportive. So if you're not tech savvy, if you don't have a team or staff that you're going to hire to do things for you, then AttractWell is probably going to be a friendlier platform for you. If you need to have your domain set up in AttractWell and you already own the domain, they can just hook it up for you for free. So you just email them and they'll tell you what to do on your end. They do things on their end. Boom, it's done. If you have an annual plan with AttractWell, you can have a free domain. If you already have a domain, you can get a free custom email setup, which is a really great feature. And they also have a domain package that you can add on for $10 a month. And that comes with a domain and up to 2 custom emails. And if you just need an email and you already have a domain, you can set up an email, something like info@yourdomain.com for $3 a month and extra. And another thing I like about this platform is that typically with platforms, you look at the different plans and you see the features that you want. And, you might find the cheaper plan has some things that you need, but not everything. But to get all the things you need, you have to upgrade to the next plan. But with AttractWell, they have a lot more customization options available. So if you like one plan, but you just need a few more website pages, or you just need a few more courses, you can just email their support team and they will let you sort of a la carte add features to your plan, which is a really nice feature because a lot of people, when they're starting out in a business, don't have the budget to just start in at Kajabi in the high plan. Kajabi is way more expensive. AttractWell's got a friendlier price tag. So if that's you, and you look at the plans and you just wish you could have this one plan, except you need a few more features, email in and ask. It's always worth asking. And I find that they're quite accommodating in that respect. All right, so building a website in AttractWell, I do this every day. So I find it very user-friendly. If you have never built a website before and you aren't super tech savvy, then you need to lean on their support in order to get this done, or hire somebody. But it is user friendly. Comparing to Kajabi, the way you build pages in Kajabi is you're adding a section, and the sections stack on top of each other like bricks. And then inside each section, you add elements. And based on the width of each element, you would create columns, right? So if you have space for 2 elements side by side, then you have 2 columns, and you can keep stacking up elements inside one section. So it's a little bit similar in AttractWell and a little bit different. In AttractWell, again, you're adding sections. They stack on top of each other like bricks, but you have to pick the section with the elements that or the columns that you want ahead of time. So you would pick a 1-column section or a 2-column section or a 3-column section. And then inside those sections, you can put whatever you want. You can put picture, button, video, text. You can change the background color on the sections. You can add animations. You can embed things. And they have interactive sections as well and built-in forms. So if you need an opt-in form, contact me form, or an intake form, you can add that. They have drop-downs for like an FAQ section. They have countdown timers and carousels, as well as features for their website builder. So you get quite a lot going into it. And they do provide a lot of templates. It seems like they've been adding a lot more lately. So that's a really great thing too, that you can get started with if you have no idea where to start with. Then use a template or hire someone like me, and I can help set up your site for you. This is some examples of some templates I've created in their website builder. And these are actually ones I sell on my Etsy shop. So if you want to go check that out, you can actually buy these and put them directly into AttractWell and get started and just customize colors and all that and pictures and such. So basically, to use their page builder, you're adding your logo fonts and colors to the system. Then you use their custom page builder, and they have pages and landing pages, and so does Kajabi. Kajabi has website pages and landing pages. So that's a similarity between the two. But except that the landing pages in Kajabi are super customizable, whereas in AttractWell, landing pages aren't very customizable. They're just quick opt-in forms that you can just set up really fast. And then the custom pages are where you would create something more elaborate if you needed more of a custom look like these. So similar jargon, but kind of a different features in that way. Once you build out your pages, you just pick which one's going to be your home page and build your site navigation with their menu builder. So fairly straightforward in that respect. And you can jump on their small group calls and get a lot of direct help on creating your site, making it look really professional for free. So that's a nice option if you don't have the budget to hire somebody. So here's some more page layouts that I've done. And common questions about websites with AttractWell. If you want to keep your website somewhere else, if you have your website already on WordPress or Wix, then you don't want to be moving your domain over to AttractWell, but you can set up a subdomain on AttractWell. So if your website's on WordPress and you're going to keep it there, if you have www.yourdomain.com over on WordPress, then on AttractWell, you could set up something like members.yourdomain.com or courses.yourdomain.com, depending on what your business is. But you pick something that goes in front of your domain, and then you can connect that to AttractWell and then add all your branding into AttractWell so that AttractWell looks like your other website. Then what you're going to be doing is sending people from your website over to AttractWell for anything that's interactive. So opt-in forms, contact forms, purchasing a course, going through a coaching program, anything like that. You're sending them to AttractWell, and you can have AttractWell send them back to your website. But basically, you're using AttractWell then for the CRM and the shop and the two-way texting and courses and memberships and things of that nature, and becomes an extension of your existing website. If you have your website on another platform and you move your domain over to AttractWell, it doesn't connect them. It's just going to make it so that your domain doesn't take people to your website anymore. It's going to mess up your existing website. So ask yourself, am I building a website in AttractWell? If the answer is yes, connect your domain to AttractWell. If the answer is no, don't connect your domain to AttractWell. Create a subdomain or have a different domain on AttractWell, something like that. They do have a lot of resources to help you move your site over, tutorials, help articles, videos, their live calls, and then their concierge team you can just hire to move things over for you. So creating a course in AttractWell, they have a classes feature, and then they have what's called vaults and a member area. And I think people get confused about the term vault, but comparing it to Kajabi, it would be an offer. So in Kajabi, you create products and then you add the products to offers. So the product might be a course. It could be different resources and materials and videos and community and all of those things. And then you add them to an offer. And when someone purchases the offer, they get access to all of those things, and they have to log in to access them on your site. So that's the same thing in AttractWell, except they're calling offers vaults. It just means it's private, right? So if you're selling a course, you want to put the course in a vault. If you're creating a membership, each tier of your membership is going to be its own vault. If you're doing a coaching program, you're going to create a vault, and you can use the class feature to lay out your coaching calls, like session 1, session 2, session 3. You don't have to call it a class, right? You can just use that feature to lay things out. Or you could use the class for a database. If you're doing a membership where they're paying every month to access content from you, then you could use the course to lay out the content. I had a lady recently I talked to, she was doing it meal planners, and each lesson in the class, which she wasn't calling them lessons, was the meal planner for that month. So she had like August, or so you can do that kind of thing too. Basically, you're laying out the classes. The classes can be video. They have video hosting on this platform. You can also link from YouTube and Vimeo. And you can have video content that's private in your class, so only students can see it. You can have homework that they have to upload. You can have PDFs that they can download. You can have discussion on each lesson. You can have the lessons drip out like one a week or one a day, whatever you want. You can go through a class live, like everyone's going to start September 1st, or you could have the class work through it at your own progress. So they could binge your whole class in a day, but they have to go through the lessons in order, or you can unlock all the lessons and they can do them in any order. So you have a lot of options in terms of how a class flows, and you can set a lot of automations when they complete a lesson, when they complete the class. And then you would add your class to the vault, just like you would add a product to an offer in Kajabi. And then on the vault, you create a checkout. The checkout can be one-time payment, monthly installments, so 6 easy payments of $100, something like that, or a subscription. And the subscription would be an auto renewal, recurring payment, like every week, every month, every year, until it's canceled. So until they cancel it or until you cancel it, it's going to keep charging them. So you can set that up in the checkout. Once somebody buys the vault, they get everything inside of it. So if you want to have, different payment levels where they get access to different things, then you need to have a vault for each different type of offer, basically. So you can set that all up, create your checkouts, and then link it to a sales page. And they have templates for sales pages as well, which is really nice. So with AttractWell, you also get an app, just like you do with Kajabi. I know Kajabi just launched a brandable app, which is really nice. But before that, you had to download the the Kajabi app, and then log in to Kajabi to access different people's Kajabi courses or programs or whatever that they're selling. So I have that app on my phone. You can see it right next to AttractWell on the screenshot here. And if I log into Kajabi, I've probably got about 5 different people's courses on Kajabi that I can access. So that's how the AttractWell app works as well. It's not brandable from the front end, but if you log into it as an AttractWell user, you can access your back office. And if anyone buys a course or program or something like that, a vault from you, they can create a password when they purchase and then log in on the AttractWell app, and they'll see all your branding on the inside. So once they get in, they can see your logo, they can see your colors, your fonts, and all of that. So it is a really nice feature. You don't have to format the content for the app at all. You just set up all your content on the desktop and it just automatically looks good on the app, which is really nice too, because I think people get intimidated at the idea of setting up an app. You certainly don't have to. It's just an added feature for you. So this is what their member area looks like. And the member area is just like the dashboard that someone sees when they first log in. So if they purchase an offer from you, they're going to log in and see all the offers that they have purchased or that are accessible to them in the member area. And this is totally brandable. So you can have a banner across the top. You can change what it's called. You can change the button color. You can have an image here. You can have a footer at the bottom. So this is a really basic example. And then this is an example of a vault that they can then click on and see what's inside the vault. And inside the vault, you can have website pages, you can have classes, and you can have discussion rooms. Discussion rooms work just like a Facebook group. So it is really nice from, if you want to create a community, you can have people post, comment, like, tag each other. But you can't have different sort of, what's it called? Like topics. You can't have like tags or anything in there with like, with different like
feeds of conversation, but you can have multiple discussion rooms in your vault. So you can have a discussion room that's all sharing your story, and another discussion room, it's all for Q&A. So you can add multiple rooms into one vault if that's what you wanted to have, kind of different topics that people would go in and talk about those topics. Website pages inside a vault can be for anything. It could be for a feedback form. It could be a welcome page explaining how things are going to work. It could be a place to save your replays, your replay videos. It could be a sales page for the next program that you want them to take. You can have all different kinds of website pages in there, and then you can have class. So if you want to have one class or multiple classes, you can have multiple classes inside the vault. Just remember, when somebody buys a vault, they get everything in it. So if you want those classes to have different price points, then you need to put them in different vaults. And then this is how the class lays out. So you can have kind of a sidebar content here that you can fill out with all this different information. And it's all brandable. So you can have an image across, you can have image here, you can call it whatever you want, change the button color. Lessons don't have to be called lessons. They can have an image on each lesson as well. And then they would just hit start and move through the content. So creating a funnel in AttractWell is really easy. Basically, you would upload your freebie. So if it's a PDF, which it often is, upload the PDF into their files manager. If it's videos, you can upload the video, and then you create a drip campaign, an email campaign, or a text campaign if you want, that would deliver that free thing. And then you're just connecting that campaign to a landing page and promoting your landing page. And so this is an example of what a landing page is in this system. They have a few different layouts, but basically it's not as customizable as a regular page. And you can still use a regular page to create an opt-in for a funnel if you want a different look. But if you just want something fast so you can start promoting and growing your list, then this is certainly totally appropriate. You can change the picture here, you can change the button color and what it says. You can't add more fields. You can add name, email, and phone, and that's it. So that's why it's not as customizable. If you need more fields, use a custom page. You can do the same thing and add more fields, change the title, and then hook up the campaign. So they enter their name and email, they push the button, and the campaign delivers the thing to them. You can also redirect them to a confirmation page that has an upsell or something on it, like, thanks, I just sent you the free thing. While I have you, watch this video about my amazing program or course. So you can do that kind of thing as well. And their email campaigns are email or text or both. So you can set up two-way texting in the system, and you get a phone number that is hopefully for your area. It asks you what area you're in, and you set up the two-way texting. So you can send, hey, here's the free thing that you want, or here's that video you asked for, and text it to them instead. And then you can do a drip campaign that then sends them a series of emails over as many days as you want. So that's really nice to have that all automated in there, and you can get it set up really fast. And then if you need booking, the biggest downfall of AttractWell is that they don't have a built-in calendar. I noticed something that they're working on. Kajabi does have a built-in calendar. So that's something to factor in if you're booking clients in AttractWell. You need to have your own booking system. So Calendly seems really popular. I use Calendly in AttractWell. And basically what you would do is go into Calendly or into your booking system and set up your availability, your call types, all of that over there. And if you can customize the emails that Calendly sends or that your booking system sends, that's ideal, because you can then have Calendly send the confirmation emails, the reminder emails, and the follow-up emails, because it won't connect to AttractWell. So AttractWell is not going to know when people book, when the calls have happened, and AttractWell won't be able to send reminders or follow-ups automatically. You can still do it in AttractWell, but you'd have to do it manually. So if you want an automatic email to go out, then set it up in your booking system. And then what you'd be doing is sending people from AttractWell over to your booking system. So they're going to enter their name and email, book a call now. It opens up your calendar, which you can embed into AttractWell, so they don't even have to leave your site. They pick their date, and then Calendly sends the Zoom link because you've customized the emails. AttractWell does come with a built-in Zoom account. It is not the same as your personal Zoom account. So if you're already paying for a Zoom account and you want to connect it to AttractWell, that's not a thing you can do. This is a new Zoom account for you, and it works exactly the same as regular Zoom. And the only difference between using your own personal Zoom account and using the AttractWell Zoom account is that you just need to know where to go to create your meetings, start your meetings, and get your recordings. So if you keep your existing Zoom account, it's totally fine. You would just make your meetings, start them, and record them over in Zoom. And then if you're using the AttractWell one, you log into AttractWell instead of Zoom, and you create your meetings, start your meetings, and you can record the meetings directly into AttractWell, which is a really nice feature. So just pick which one is more convenient for you. If you want to drop a bill, you can drop your paid Zoom account and just use the AttractWell one, and then it helps you save money in that way. So that's basically how the booking works. If you need paid booking, then the only difference is you have to use a custom page in AttractWell. So you use one of their custom website pages to add a checkout. So buy an hour of my time. They enter their name, email, credit card information, buy now, and then it opens up your calendar and they pick a date and sends the Zoom link. Now you can do payment directly in Calendly as well. You don't have to process payments through AttractWell, but just note that if you do the payment directly in Calendly, AttractWell is not going to know that they paid. There's not going to be any email coming from AttractWell, and the person's contact information is not going into AttractWell. So you would then have to go into Calendly, get their contact info, and put it manually into AttractWell. So it's nice to have that integration in the sense that they're entering their name in AttractWell first and then going to Calendly so that you can have that contact in your contact manager. That's sort of the point, right? So just think through the process and what you need to have happen, and then you can kind of streamline that workflow. What I do is I sync up my Calendly with my Google Calendar. So all I have to do every day is open up my Google Calendar. I see all my calls. I go into AttractWell and I start my calls. And people show up for every call because Calendly sends the Zoom links and I'm using the Zoom from AttractWell. So once you get it set up, it is really streamlined process and it does work really well. So the other things you can get with AttractWell, and I'll compare this to features in Kajabi as well, is a really great contact manager. So you can see the emails they've gotten, the emails they've opened, the campaigns that they're in, any marketing campaigns or texting campaigns. You can see the courses that they're in and their course progress. And you can go in and grant access to a program for free, things like that. And then from your dashboard in AttractWell, you can also see, which websites pages are getting the most hits in your system, which people are the most active, and then any campaigns you're doing, you can see your open and click rates as well. So you have all of that in Kajabi. Also, Kajabi has more automations, especially to do with emails. So they have more conditional automations, like if this tag is added to this person, then send this email or take them out of this campaign, or grant them this offer, or, that kind of thing. And you can create automations in AttractWell to do a lot of those things, but just not as many things as you can do in Kajabi. So I find Kajabi is better on the automation side, but depending on the type of automations you need, AttractWell is probably fine. Unless you need something super, super complex, it just isn't possible. So it's always worth just asking, like, this is the scenario, this is what I want to have happen, and see, like maybe email AttractWell support and just see if that's even a thing that they can do. But it is pretty good. Like, I'm able to do quite a lot with their automation. So that's just something to keep in mind and for your business. Kajabi and AttractWell both have ChatGPT, or they both have AI writers, which is nice. So you get the most up-to-date version of ChatGPT through AttractWell anywhere that you can type. So if they have a blog, they have a built-in blog on the website, so you can use it for the blog, you can use it for marketing emails or writing your website pages or creating a course outline or anything like that. You can have ChatGPT. Like I said, there's a built-in Zoom. I think I've covered that already. So there's built-in Zoom account, and it doesn't connect to your Zoom account. It's a new Zoom account. Shop is included now, which is really nice. So if you need e-commerce and you don't need to then go get another e-commerce platform. If you're selling digital or physical products or even services, you can use the store in AttractWell, which is really, really great feature. Some things to note or some limitations with their store. You can't do payment plans through the store. So if you want to sell a course or a membership that has a payment plan or recurring payment, then you can't do that in the store. You can do it through their vaults and have a sales page, but you can't set that payment up in the store. But it's great for one-time stuff so people can add to cart and sell. It also doesn't connect to third-party platforms. So if you want people to order t-shirts and then the orders are going to get sent to like Printful, and Printful is going to create the t-shirts and ship them, it's not integrating with the third-party platforms. You can use Zapier though. Zapier does connect to AttractWell. So if you can set up Zapier to do that kind of thing for you, then that might work really well. But if you are providing the products yourself, if you're shipping products yourself or their digital products, then the shop is perfect for you. And it has a lot of, you can set like shipping rates or say which countries you'll ship to and all of that in there, and set a lot of automations through the shop as well. And then you have an order section where you can see all the orders and fulfill your orders and all of that. So it is a really great feature, and it's nice that it's included in the plans now, so you just have to go turn it on. And then two-way texting is included in all the plans as well, so it's not an add-on that you have to go pay extra for. You just have to turn it on in the system, and you get text marketing
as well. I don't know if Kajabi has text marketing. I actually have never looked into it. And I've used Kajabi for a number of years and I've never seen texting mentioned. So this is a nice feature in AttractWell. There are a lot of laws surrounding text marketing now. So when you turn this feature on, they're going to send you an email with some things that you have to do that they're going to help you with to get your number up and running and verified, but it's totally doable. And then you can do text marketing. The way text marketing works is you would set it up through either the AttractWell app or through the desktop on AttractWell. So you go in and, you can schedule a text to go out to somebody, or you can schedule a text to go out to 1,000 people. And no matter how many people you send that text to, it's one-to-one. It's not a group text, which is great. And you can also have automated text responses. So when someone opts in for a form, a text will fire off. So you have a lot of different ways that you can use the texting. You can also do texting keywords. So text the word shop to this number and get XYZ. So that's a really nice feature as well. You can get creative with your marketing strategy by using that. So I think covered most of the things that come up a lot in AttractWell. Some other questions that I've heard often are to do with coaching. So if you're doing a coaching program or one-to-one coaching, yes, you can set that up, automate it, and have that all running through AttractWell, and Kajabi has that feature as well. In terms of the two platforms, which one I prefer, Kajabi has more capability, is more expensive, is less user-friendly, has worse support. AttractWell has a lot of features. They're competitive with Kajabi. They're adding new features all the time. They have way better support and they're more affordable. So for somebody starting out, for a solopreneur, AttractWell is a lot friendlier. And a lot of the people I talk to are leaving Kajabi for AttractWell. But you have to decide based on the features you need for your business and your budget, which platform is going to be the better choice for you. But it's definitely worth looking at both. So if you have any questions that I didn't cover in this, then I'm happy to answer those in the comments. And I'll just open up AttractWell and show you the back office a little bit here. Okay, so this is inside of AttractWell, and you can see they have their office hours up here. And then if you go in the menu to Success Academy, you can see all the resources. They have a setup quiz to help recommend stuff to you. They have all these free trainings, which is like how to set up a funnel, how to monetize a course, and all of that. And they do provide a lot of free templates, both the Canva templates and website templates for their platform. And you can get a lot of help from real human beings here. And then their YouTube channel has a phenomenal amount of resources as well if you want to learn. And that's a really great place to start. And then you can also search by topic here. There's a little question mark on the top up here, which I think a lot of people miss. And that is a search by topic articles for their help articles, which is really great. You just kind of go through that. And then if you go through the menu here, you've got Write with AI, that's ChatGPT, Contact Manager. So you can see the contacts, you can set up campaigns, you can check your messages, and you have some general settings. Website and blog, so setting up your landing pages, your menu, your customizations, your colors and fonts, and your blog. And then the member area. So this is for memberships, courses, programs, anything like that that you're selling that's private. You can get that all set up in there. The store, if you're going to turn on the store. Content library is where you keep all your videos, your files, and your photos or images. And then you have saved replies, which is how you can create email templates in this system. So newsletters, comment templates, you can go in and create those in saved replies and then just add them to emails quick, which is really nice. Resource bundles is sharing resources or duplicating resources in the system. So basically, if you wanted to share AttractWell resources with another AttractWell user, you could create a resource bundle. Or if you wanted to replicate a vault, you could create a bundle with your vault and then hit a link and it would replicate the whole thing, which is great if you are creating a one-to-one program. You could create a vault or an offer that has everything you want your one-to-one program to have. And then every time you get a new client, you replicate the entire vault, name it for that person, and grant them exclusive access to that one offer. So that's how you can create a one-to-one experience in there. Keep in mind that one-on-one coaching in a vault, if you need to share confidential information with somebody, you put them in their own vault. It requires a lot of vaults in the system, and the plans come with like 3 vaults, 10 vaults, and then it goes up from there, I think. So if you're on a lower plan and you need more vaults, you can turn on unlimited vaults and classes for $17 extra in the system. So you can just go in and turn that on yourself, or you can buy vaults and classes a la carte as well through their support team. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
is if you are doing a lot of coaching and stuff that you might want more vaults. And here's the Zoom, and they have an events feature. The events feature is really nice. If you're doing live or online, in-person or online events, and you want people to RSVP, you get sort of a built-in events page where you can just send people to yourdomain.com/events, and they'll see all your upcoming events. They can RSVP or pay and learn about the event and all of that. And you can automate responses and stuff. So those are the kind of the basic settings. And this is basically what it looks like. And to give you an example of a website page, I'll just show you my personal website. All right, so here is my AttractWell website that I built myself. And like I said, I'm a website designer and I sell templates in AttractWell. So you can check out my Etsy shop. You can go up here and shop my templates or go through my services to get a quote if you're interested in a quote. And I also have a DIY build your own website course that is a more cost-effective way of building things out for yourself. So you can go check that out, but you can see kind of how the website flows and you can make it look however you want. So it's really up to you. But this is mine. So I hope that helped give you kind of an inside scoop on AttractWell and how it compares to Kajabi and any others. If you want my honest opinion of comparing it to Wix or WordPress, WordPress is not even remotely user-friendly. So if you are tech challenged, run away fast from that one. I think WordPress and Wix are ones that people go for in Squarespace as well because they say they're free. But as soon as you try and do anything, as soon as you try and get rid of that ads and the spam on your website, as soon as you try and hook up a domain, as soon as you try and get a CRM or a shop or anything like that, you have to upgrade and you end up paying. So I helped my dad set up a Wix and I think he ended up having to pay $600 or $700 to get all the features that he wanted. And at that price, you might as well be on AttractWell. So it really wasn't a cheaper option, and certainly don't like their website builder compared to this one. So that's just my opinion. And hopefully this was a helpful perspective for you. And please let me know if you have any questions.
If you're looking to create a website with AttractWell, make sure you check out my 3 resources. First, my ebook on how to create a beautiful website that walks you through all the steps and layouts and SEO tips that you need to set up a gorgeous website. You can also visit my website template shop where I sell AttractWell and Get Oiling website templates and bundles. And lastly, make sure you check out my website workshop where I provide all the tutorials and templates and step-by-step guidance that you need to get your website fully up and running.